Hello and welcome to today's EFT Emotional Freedom Technique session from Ms. Thrive Well, Lily Aronin. I'm here to help you to thrive well with tools, routines, and habits that are going to help you get your needs met outside of food so that food becomes something you fuel yourself with, something you enjoy, something that nourishes you spiritually, physically, and emotionally. And we can only do that when we're not looking to food to solve all of our needs. When we work together in a group coaching or one-on-one program, I always talk about the 6 human needs that we have across the board and in all areas of our life and in all cultures. This is something that is truly there in the human condition. And we are supposed to have these needs. You are supposed to have them. And how we go about meeting them is going to completely determine the quality of our life. So let's get started, because sometimes we feel a desire, deep cravings for food experiences, and it's coming from not having our other needs met. Whenever we are having a deep visceral craving, a need for a food, very often it's because another need is not being met. Thank God today we have access to plenty of food, and our need for food isn't coming from a state of severe hunger. Otherwise, we'd be wanting to choose healthier foods because that's what we want when we're actually really hungry. Almost always when we're feeling a craving or a deep, crazy need, and it's not for a salad or some chicken or something yummy, healthy, and delicious, and we're overeating, it's because we're trying to fulfill one of our 6 needs. But sometimes we're not aware of what those needs are. So today's tapping technique is going to help you tap into all 6 of your needs so that you can become aware of maybe exactly which one or which few are out of place, and some other ideas on how you can meet them. Let's get started. If you put this into your regular practice, you are going to create more awareness. You're going to create a healthier relationship with food. It's going to support living at a healthy weight and having a healthy relationship with your weight and your body as we age. Let's get started. We always start with the karate chop point. We then move through the top of the head, above the eyebrow, side of the eye, under the nose, the chin, the collarbone, and under the arm. Those are the areas of the body that we tap to allow energy, thoughts to pass through us and to raise our vibration from a negative, heavy state to releasing that energy to feeling lighter, healthier, and opening ourselves up to better opportunities and to a greater, healthier hormonal balance, stress balance that allows for greater weight loss and overall health. You ready to do this? Let's get started. Okay. Even though I struggle with emotional eating, I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though I struggle with emotional eating, I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though I struggle with emotional eating, I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though I often turn to food to fulfill my needs, I choose to find healthier ways to meet those needs. Even though I often turn to food to fulfill my needs, I choose to find healthier ways to meet those needs. Even though I may often turn to healthier ways to meet those needs. I have a need for certainty. I want to feel in control. I want to know what's going to happen. I seek security and stability, but I know that I can't control everything, and sometimes that's okay. I choose to find other ways to create certainty in my life. I have a need for certainty. I love and accept myself unconditionally. I have a need for certainty. I want to feel in control. I want to know what's going to happen. I seek security and stability, but I know that I can't control everything. And sometimes that's okay. I choose to find other ways to create certainty in my life. I have a need for certainty. I love and accept this need and myself unconditionally. It's okay. It's normal. There's nothing wrong with me. Everyone has a need for certainty. I want to feel in control. I want to know what's going to happen. I seek security and stability, but I know that I can't control everything. And sometimes that's okay. I choose to find other ways to create certainty in my life. I know that I have many needs, and there are other ways that I can meet my need for certainty, to feel in control, especially when I don't know exactly what the future holds. I have a need for variety, for adventure, for spice. I love and accept this about myself. Everybody has a need for variety, for some excitement, for some adventure, for some change in a positive way. Everybody feels this need. I don't judge myself for it. I love and accept myself unconditionally. I have a need for variety. I want to experience new things. I crave excitement and adventure. I seek out different experiences. But sometimes I turn to food for variety, and it's not always the healthiest choice. I choose to explore new hobbies and activities to fill my need for variety. I choose to experience new hobbies and activities to explore more ways to meet my need for variety. I have a need for variety. It is totally normal to crave change, new flavors, new experiences, and new adventures. I totally love and accept this need unconditionally. I have a need for variety. I want to experience new things. I crave excitement and adventure. I seek out different experiences. But sometimes I turn to food for that variety, and it's not always the healthiest choice. I choose to explore new hobbies and activities to fulfill my need for variety. I love and accept myself unconditionally. This need for variety is completely normal. I currently have a need for variety. I want to experience new things. I crave excitement and adventure. I seek out different experiences, but sometimes I turn to food for that variety. But sometimes I turn to food for that variety. But sometimes I only let myself get that variety from food. And it's not always the healthiest choice. It doesn't make me feel good in the long term. It doesn't really deeply satisfy my need. And I want to explore new options. I choose to explore new hobbies and activities to fulfill my need for variety. I have a need for significance. It is totally normal to have a need to feel seen, validated, important, appreciated, and heard. Everybody has a need for significance. This is completely normal, healthy, and given to me by God. I have a need for significance. I want to feel important and valued. I want to be seen and heard. I seek recognition for my efforts and attention for myself from those I love and from those who I respect. But I know deep inside that I already am significant. I am worthy. I don't need to prove my worth to anybody. I don't need to prove my worth to anybody. I don't need to prove my worth to anybody. I choose to focus on my strengths and my accomplishments. I choose to focus on my strengths and my accomplishments. I am a divine creation and I love myself unconditionally. I see myself. I hear myself through this tapping practice. And I know and acknowledge that as a divine creation, I was born worthy. I have a need for significance. This is a God-given need to help me strive to be my best self, to help me feel pushed to contribute and accomplish things in this world. This need is human. It is totally normal, and I have nothing to be ashamed of. I want to feel important and valued. I want to be seen and heard. I want to be recognized and have positive attention in my life. But I know, in truth, I am already worthy. I know in my heart, I am already worthy. I choose to focus on my strengths and my accomplishments. I choose to focus on my strengths and my accomplishments. I thank God that I woke up today and I am already worthy of everything that I can and will accomplish. I acknowledge through this tapping practice that I see my needs, I hear my needs, and I recognize the effort I'm putting in to being a healthy person inside and out. I have a need for growth. Everybody wants to know that they are improving, that they are growing, that they are learning from their mistakes and doing better. I am not alone. Nobody feels like they've already made it. Everybody desires to grow. I love and accept this about myself. I don't judge or criticize this need to do better or feel better or know that I'm making progress. I have a need for growth. I want to learn and develop. I have a need for growth. I want to learn and develop. I have a need for growth. I want to learn and develop. I want to expand my knowledge and skills. I seek to improve myself. I want to learn and develop. I want to expand my knowledge and my skills. But sometimes I get stuck in old patterns. But sometimes I have a setback and I get stuck in old patterns. And sometimes I am too tired. And sometimes I'm too stressed. And sometimes I'm too distracted. And sometimes I fall back into old patterns. And sometimes I use food as a distraction. And sometimes I use food to numb myself. And sometimes I use food to punish myself when I don't feel like I'm living up to my own expectations. I choose to challenge myself, try new things, and be forgiving, to carry no resentment of myself through life. I choose to challenge myself. I choose to try new things to grow, but I also choose to forgive myself and to grow in the ability to forgive myself and to carry no self-resentment through my life for myself, to choose to love myself unconditionally. I have a need for growth. It's totally normal. It's wonderful. I love that about myself. I want to learn and develop as a person, as an employee, as an entrepreneur, as a mother, as a wife, as a friend, as a daughter, as a sister. I want to be growing and developing. I love expanding my skills and feeling like I have mastered something new or have a new expertise at something. I'm always seeking to improve myself. I'm always seeking to improve myself. But sometimes I get stuck in old patterns. But sometimes I'm too tired and I get stuck in old patterns. Sometimes I'm too stressed and I get stuck in old patterns. Sometimes I'm too scared and I get stuck in old patterns. And sometimes I use food as a distraction. And sometimes I use food to numb. And sometimes I use food to blame and punish myself instead of continuing to grow through my challenges. I love and accept myself unconditionally. I choose to challenge myself when I can, to try new things and focus on personal growth. But I choose to grow in the art of self-forgiveness so that I stop carrying resentment of myself, by myself, to myself every day. And I choose to take love with me, to act out of love, and to keep growing in self-forgiveness as well as in all the other areas. Last one. I recognize all of my human needs. I choose to find healthier ways to meet them. I recognize all my human needs. I choose to find healthier ways to meet them. I release the need to turn to food for comfort. I release the need to turn to food for comfort. I release the need to turn to food for comfort. I choose to find other ways to fulfill my needs. I choose to find other ways to fulfill my needs. I choose to find other ways to fulfill my needs. I deserve to live a healthy and fulfilling life. I'm divinely designed through pursuing my needs to create and design a healthy and fulfilling life. I choose to find healthy ways to meet my needs. I release the need to turn to food for comfort. I choose to find other ways to fulfill my needs. I deserve to live a healthy and fulfilling life. Just for being born, I deserve to live a healthy and fulfilling life. We all deserve to live a healthy and fulfilling life. I send my wish for a healthy and fulfilling life to each person in my circle. I send the desire for a healthy and fulfilling life to all those in my family. I send this prayer for a healthy and fulfilling life to myself, to my community. I am worthy of love and connection. I am worthy of love and connection. I am worthy of love and connection. And I am capable of meeting my needs in positive ways. I am capable of meeting my needs in positive ways. I am capable of meeting my needs in positive ways. Raise up your arms. Feel the vibration in your body from the tips of your fingers down your arm. Feel the bottoms of your feet touch the floor. And on the count of 3, release. 1, 2. Feel that sense of vulnerability and safety with yourself at the same time. You've been honest and vulnerable with yourself, and you are safe with yourself. I hope today helped to open you up to more awareness of all the different needs that you have and that I have and that are universal. And I hope it inspires you to keep pursuing more ways to meet those needs without food, so that food stays something that nourishes your body, of which is enjoyable to your nefesh, to your soul, but that doesn't rule your thoughts or control your life. With so much love, you can subscribe to me at Ms. Thrive Well on YouTube. Find me on Instagram at Lily Aronin or Ms. Thrive Well. And of course, you can always reach me to find out how we can work together at Coach Lily Aronin at gmail.com.